Everywhere you go, you can hear the laughter. Little kids playing, chasing after. Innocence shines bright like a built-in light. With their giggles and smiles, everything feels right. Oh, the joy of little children filling up the air. Their happiness, contagious, nothing can compare. Just watch them run and play, carefree and wild. Oh, the joy of little children.
Sebastian Rogers is an autistic boy. He's 15 years old. He's been missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. And everybody has been looking for him. Everybody. He is 5 foot 5 inches tall. He weighs 120 pounds. Sandy blonde hair, and he wears glasses. And again, there is no footprint of him whatsoever.
You think back, and there might have been a reason he was possibly upset, or something outside that could have enticed him to go outside. Was there anything that came to mind?
We've been combing over that day and even the weeks before he left, and I hadn't been able to figure it out. That morning he was laughing, he was joking. Everyone we were around that day agreed that he seemed like he was in a good mood. He was behaving.
This boy, I've done told y'all, reminds me of my son that had autism, that is my third son. And he disappeared right down the road from part of where my family lives. And I take all of these cases serious. I am not playing about anything right now.
The original thinking was that Sebastian Rogers left home on his own, but the fact that he disappeared without a trace now has authorities looking into the very real possibility of foul play.
I'm not trying to accuse them of anything. I'm trying to tell you how suspicious they are now becoming.
Your theory.
I think it's possible that someone has my son. I think it's possible that someone has my son. I think it's possible that someone has my son.
Well, hello everybody. Good morning. Good Sunday morning. Happy August 3rd. I was fixing to say July. August 3rd, 2025. And I was behind, honey, because I didn't even hit the button that I was supposed to go live. I'm still half asleep. Oh my gosh. How's everybody doing this Sunday morning? Heather, good morning. Good to see you here. H. Davis, good morning. Lisa B, hello. Deanna, hello. Raymond, hello. Google it, y'all. That's right. Google it, y'all. We can Google them spaghetti pancakes this morning. But honey, Smiley ain't going to be eating no pancakes no time soon. Thank you very much. Just saying. Hello, everybody. Jacqueline. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being in here this morning. Stephanie. Hello. Hello. Raymond. Hello. Good to see you, Raymond. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much. Raymond gifted a membership to Smiley Squad. Woohoo! Thank you, Raymond. Let's get this morning started. Lord, since I'm so behind, that ain't a good sign. Let's see. Love it. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you so much. Joanne, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. A lot of my people is still asleep this morning. Damn lazy people. They don't even know how to get up and get my people coffee. No, I'm just teasing. Honey, my people don't even know when I'm going live. I just go. I just go. So I hope y'all brought your own coffee and donuts this morning. I apologize for my rude staff. I'll be having a talk with my rude staff this morning. They know better than to oversleep. Them night owls. I am just kidding, y'all. I am just kidding. I'm barely awake. I tell y'all what, I don't know about y'all, but it is raining again where I am at, and they say rain is so romantic. So romantic, honey, until you step in a freaking puddle, right? Hey, busy mama, good morning. Google it, y'all. Said sausage, eggs, and no spaghetti pancakes for me. Yay. I have to give cheers now when I hear no spaghetti pancakes, honey. I don't know what that shit is. I'm just saying. Oh my God. Raymond says, I'm up at 5 on my days off. I used to be like that. I used to be a straight time clock. Well, I had to for my kids, but even after that, I used to be up, I would get up at a normal hour, 5 o'clock every morning and go to bed, normally not early. 10, whatever, 11, whatever, and have a good night's sleep. Honey, there is no more of that. It's out the window. Oh my God, Jacqueline said they had an earthquake last night. Oh Lord, honey, what? Say what? I hope everything's okay there, and I hope everybody's okay. Many prayers. I know it's been hotter than Cooter Brown here. I hope this rain don't make it any hotter. New York, are you serious? Oh, well, I know you are, honey. That's just my figure of speech. Good Lord. What is going on? She said, Roxanne said, I didn't feel the little one we had. California loves to shake. I know. California be showing out. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your good things. I'm just saying. Somebody asked me one time, I said, no, I don't want to live in California. I was at a store. You'd rather be in a hurricane, an earthquake, or, I don't know. I don't remember what all was said that day, but I was standing behind on my totem. And I was a little bit younger too. I was young at one time. But I said, honey, I would not want to be in no earthquake because it would piss me off if all my shit shook off the walls and stuff all the time. And had me cleaning up. I'm just saying, man. What the heck? Or rattle you out of your bed? I don't know, though. I guess it would make a good sex life for some if you're in the middle of it. I just had to make y'all spit your coffee out this morning. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Okay. I'll shut up now. I am just fine. How are y'all? Beverly, good morning. Good morning. Daphne's Case Files. Hello. I am so glad to see y'all. Nothing felt there in New York. Good. Well, I hope everything's okay because, we've been hearing about the earthquakes, the tsunamis, and all that stuff. And, it's serious because when you do have an earthquake, it can make the tsunamis and all that, and it's not good. Mother Nature has not been happy in 2025. I don't think Mother Nature has been happy about anything in 2025. And I'll just be honest with y'all. Staten Island felt it. Wow. Whoa. Yeah. Yep, that's right, Stephanie. We're going to talk about Sebastian today. We are definitely going to talk about him. If y'all know anybody
coming in or anything like that, you know to call FBI 1-800-CALL-FBI, 1-800-225-5324, or send in your tips at tips.fbi.gov. If you think you see him or anything like that, please call 911. You have your TBI tip line at TBI 1-800-TBI-FIND. That straight number is 1-800-824-3463. And you can send the tips to TBI at 10, that's TN.gov. You got 1-833. See, my phone is off. What the hell? 1-833-TELL-DOG. Go. What in the world? I'm going to start completely turning my phone off. I'm trading my phone. I swear. 1-833-TELL-DOG. It's off. My phone is... Okay. I started to say the power is off, honey. Anyway, you got 1-833-TELL-DOG, or you can send to Sebastian at manhunts.one. But just remember, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is still missing. And we want to talk about him for a minute. So there's that. Now I'm going to turn this back on, just make sure it's working right. Hold on just a minute, y'all. I don't know why that was up like that. But anyway, so today's Sunday. Yeah, my phone is possessed. I don't know if y'all knew this or not, or was with me, or some of y'all were. But when I was in Summer Wells doing that over on the other side of the room, y'all, I had my screen on. You could see me, hands nowhere, phone over at the side of the desk, and I don't even remember what was being said, but my phone flew off of the freaking table. It was not a joke. It scared the living hell out of me. So, yeah. And do I believe in signs? I sure do. I sure do. But this phone is possessed right here. So, it is all things. It is all things. But it just starts talking out of the blue for no reason. Siri will start talking and all kinds of stuff. Oh, thank you, Raymond. Boy, I sure miss her, and I sure hope she is looking down on me now. I think I've had a few signs from her actually, and which makes me definitely feel good. Honestly, I believe in signs. That's a fact. But today ain't the 3rd. What did I say? The 3rd. Today is August 2nd. Is today the 2nd or the 3rd? Wait a minute. Yeah, today's August 2nd. No. Today is the 3rd. I am right. Today's the 3rd. See, I told y'all I am losing it, y'all. I was like, wait a minute. I'm telling y'all, this month is already rolling by. We got 3 days in this month. Who? I want to know who lit these streets on fire. I mean, all these stories are coming out and stuff, and it's like boom, 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 one right after another. It's like, what is going on, y'all? Seriously. Oh, my God. But anyway, hold on. Stop. This is weird. Hold on. This is so weird. Hold on, y'all. Something is going on with my phone. Weird. I hate to completely turn it off because I hate to leave it off with my kids and my grandkids. Stuff like that worry me. But anyway, I don't know. I still thought I heard a little voice. Maybe I'm hearing things. Maybe I do need that white coat. I don't know. Maybe I do. But anyway, I want to talk about Sebastian
because I've been sitting back thinking, and y'all know that's good, not good when I think. I always tell y'all that. I tell y'all that ahead of time. But I was reflecting, and it's nothing real bad today, but I was reflecting back, not just on the last couple of weeks and the last couple of days, but the last few years too. And lately, something's really hit me, and I have to give credit where credit is due. We all know that I have and will continue to praise Arkansas. And, you know, more than they don't need my praise, but I really praise them, and more than anybody knows, because I back the Blue when they're good people. I don't care if they got on uniforms, don't have on uniforms, or what kind of job they do or whatever. But I really do respect and back the Blue. Now, this recent case they handled with such grace and professionalism, in my opinion, and with speed, and they didn't waste time. They didn't drag their feet, and they aren't even a big community. They're not like Sumner County, and yet they took care of what needed to be took care of. Now, I understand. Hey, good morning, Hobo's Life. Hello, I hope you're doing good. Thank you, Raymond. Raymond gifted another membership for somebody. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all thank Raymond if you got that. I can't never tell up here, but whoever got that, thank you. And good morning and welcome to Smiley's Squad. Raymond is so generous. But I know, I mean, I'm not a dummy. I mean, I know. Oh, thank you. Busy Mama got it. Busy Mama, good. Welcome to the squad, Busy Mama. Growing the family. That's right. We need to grow so we can get some of these words out here. Yeah, the governor of Arkansas is a doer, honey. A doer. But I know, and common sense, I would like to think I have at least common sense. You know, I'm sorry if a lot of people think I don't, but at least I like to think I have common sense. I understand that these two cases, Sebastian's and the tragic, horrific, horrible case that happened in Arkansas, is totally different cases. Totally different. Okay, I get that. I don't have to keep going into everything. However, I ask why though? Why can't Sumner County or Tennessee in general, because we see what all Tennessee's made of, and that's my hometown, honey. Still people there, still there. I mean, that's born, bred, raised. I mean, you know, and I'm proud of that, except for what in the hell's wrong with them, what's going on right now. You know, sorry, but, you know, if anybody's allowed to say that, I can, okay? So, thank you for being a member for 4 months. Whoop, whoop, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, Hobo's Life, and love you so much. But why can't Sumner County just take note? Because them or Tennessee in general seem like they can't find their way out of a paper bag when it comes to missing people, and they can't treat Sebastian's case with the same urgency or the same focus. Where is their determination? I ask. I don't say that to be mean. I can, I have, and I probably will again. But I'm not saying it to be mean. I say it because it's the truth. And y'all know me. The truth is the truth is the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts. Hey, Kimberly. Welcome in, everybody that's coming in. Hey, Janice. Welcome up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. I'm just rolling out of bed too. Honey, I know you night owls. I know y'all night owls. I can only do it every once in a blue moon. But anyway, I will not be, this case matters. I don't know. I didn't say this to be mean, but I do say it because they cannot find their way out of a paper bag, it seems. I don't know. I know his case is different, but the response is different as well. I'll not stop speaking for him, for Sebastian, and I'll not stop asking these questions. Call them hard questions, call them softball questions. I don't care what you call them. They're my questions until there's answers, until any answers are given. Why can't Tennessee do for Sebastian what Arkansas did in just days? Days. Arkansas, a smaller community, fewer resources, less manpower, still managed to handle their case with integrity, with speed, professionalism, but they had a purpose. They didn't drag their feet. They didn't get lost in any red tape. They just got it done. They're doers. They just did it. Meanwhile, in Tennessee, we got a young man, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, whom I have on my screen, who's been missing since February 25th, 2024, was reported. Hey, Steve. Good morning, honey. Janice, drop Steve's link for me. I like Steve. So anyway, Sebastian, who's been missing since February 25th, 2024, reported on the 26th, still nothing like that level of urgency. Nothing like that coordinated action. Now, it was the first few days. I mean, he had everything any other missing family wishes they would have had, honestly. Yeah. If Steve said, if more like us spent time in faith, a whole lot of progress will be made. Absolutely. Absolutely. But in Arkansas, they can do it, and they did it. They had urgency. Why can't Sumner County? Sebastian deserves the same urgency. He deserves the same commitment. And until he gets it, I'm keeping asking these questions louder and louder and clearer every chance I get, whether it be through a freaking email that they're not going to answer anyway, or whatever. It don't matter to me. But again, they're two very different cases, no doubt. No comparison, no doubt. But there are lessons here. There's lessons to be learned. And Tennessee and Sumner, County, they need to set up very damn straight, like your mama taught you. Set up straight. Look people in the eye, listen, and take notice. And a bubblegum chewing boy, pretty boy, needs to take a notepad with him, evidently. An old-fashioned pen and paper. And really write this down and take it home and study it. because there's lessons to be learned. And it's not, here's the problem. It's not too late. It's not too late. The $1 million question, CP, exactly. But Tennessee could still adopt some of their tactics. So again, I say loud and crystal clear, Tennessee and Sumner County, please listen. Call Arkansas if you have to. Talk to them. Get their input. Take notes. It's not too late. It's really not. See, I know you won't even allow FBI to take over and call in extra people. Call Arkansas. Miss Sarah talked to you, I'm sure. She'll give you some pointers. I don't think she has any need to come down to Sumner County. Call her on the phone. In this case, the Brinks, the Devil's Den State Park in Arkansas, they moved fast. From July 26th to the 30th, and they're still moving fast. Thank God. The difference in that is also, again, there was witnesses. Well, okay, there was witnesses. Thank God. Bless them. Unfortunately, there was also their 2 little girls there. But they say, quoties, in Sebastian's case, there was none. Okay. Were there not any? Or are they staying silent too? After all these months, I'm beginning to wonder. Hey, no ifs, ands, or buts. You know, good morning. Just curious if the urgent raise was approved. I've been asking that too. I'm curious too. I want to know, did they get their raise? What have they done? Go to your employer and ask them right now, anybody. Can you have your raise? Can you have a raise? Go. 25 cents, 50 cents. Go. Some of you might get lucky, but I doubt it. Go ask. I'll dare any one of you. State police in Arkansas helped close quickly, and they come out. Let me tell you what they did. They come out with this composite. We knew very little. We don't need to know. Good morning, Grave Crime. Hey, Common. Hello. Common sense there. I love you, honey. That we didn't need to know the things that they kept close to the vest, just like we don't need to know all of Sebastian's. That's fine. I'm just telling you, and I'm comparing, even though there's no comparison in the case, don't get me wrong. But, and I know this live will go over some people's head like, and I'm sorry if it does. I'm not going to listen or don't. Fine. Get you some more coffee, honey. I'm just saying. State police in Arkansas helped close quickly because they pushed a composite image, even when they said he had sunglasses, even when the news effed up and said he had on a tank top, even when all the clothes was messed up. If I remember correctly, all of the clothes and all that was messed up in Sebastian's as well. Get with the program. Get with the program. But they did have witnesses, give them that. The hikers, they had videos from the park of the car and all that stuff. I did. I think, let's see. Let me see Hobo's Life. Actually, I did. Thank you so much for being a member for 4 months. Thank you. It did work. Yes. Oh, and no, I didn't. Hobo's Life gifted a membership. Please thank Hobo's Life. Hobo's Life, I love your puppy. Look at that. Look at that puppy. Love it, love it. Thank you, Hobo's Life. Whoever got that, please thank Hobo's Life. Wait, what? Good morning. Good morning. But now we're going to talk about Sebastian's case a minute. So in Sebastian's case, Ellie took the last person's word for everything. For everything that was with Sebastian, and claimed to the public he was a runaway, because this was at first, because they took everything that they said, allegedly. Hobo's Life said, thank you. He is laying here waiting on bacon. He is beautiful. Well, I bet he loves that bacon, honey. You're making me hungry. Well, I don't know what kind of case they're working up there in Sumner County to just take the last person's word for it, for anything that was with him. I understand you have to, good morning, Mama Bear, and put it in the very back of your head, because that's what you do. But he didn't run off, and to make it as public as he run off, he wasn't even an eloper or a runner, and he had autism. That's never happened before. And so they didn't answer the hard questions. They still won't answer the hard questions. And that's one of the reasons they're not getting anywhere. When they did come out, here's one of the problems. When they did come out, they didn't even have Sebastian's flyer or poster beside them, and that spoke volumes. Even if they didn't think he was no longer alive, and I'm talking on the police part, if that's what they thought, they still should have had his photo up. They still should have had that sign up beside them in the what little news pressers that they gave. Because what if, no matter what they think, they were wrong? You know, look, it happened in Michael Monkey's case. It's happened in a lot, Lori Pay, not just people we've done, or a lot of people's done, really out there in the mainstream news media. Other police agencies have always, even if they know for a fact that somebody's unalive, they put the damn posters up. They hold them up. They show them. Not Sumner County. Not Sumner County. So I'm just saying, even if that's what they thought and their thought process, they should have did it. But they even flubbed that up. Showing they don't give a flying flip, if you ask me. Absolutely, Stephanie. Prayers for Seth Rogers every day, for his comfort, strength, healing, and guidance. A parent begging and pleading for help to find his missing son. Thank you, Stephanie, for that, because absolutely, he's been asked, is there anything you need? Is there anything? I need my son. That's it. That's all he cares about. Hey, Dawn, Karen, everybody coming in. Sorry if I missed any of you. they should be ashamed of themselves in Sumner County, but they're not. Investigators reported forensic leads included DNA that narrowed the suspect down in Arkansas. Sumner County didn't even dust for freaking fingerprints, from my understanding, allegedly. And they could have did more, but we won't go into all the forensics. Absolutely, Miss J, because you know why? Chris and Katie's going to need prayers. They need prayers. And you know what? Pray for them now. Praying for them now. I do too. I put them in my prayers every day that they come forward and tell at least the truth. Sure do. I hope everybody prays for Chris and Katie, because there's so much to this story. Was Common Sense said, why would Sumner County work so hard to dismiss the lights that we all saw? Don't pee on my foot. Exactly. How do you know they ain't telling the truth now? Miss J, I don't know, just like you don't know. How do you know that they are? I'm not here to argue with you. I'm just asking. Because it seems to me that, I said I would pray for them, and I do pray for them, and I pray for them to tell the truth, but you have questions. Would you like a link and we can discuss this? I'm just wondering. If you want a link, let me know. I'm going to continue with my show. Okay. I'm fine to open a link to you. That's fine. So anyway, should they have done much better? First off, Sumner County, yeah. They should have done much better work, because we might not be here today if they had have done their jobs. Oh, and Miss JC Ann, sorry, JC. Could you please send a prayer also to Pretty Boy, Bubblegum Head? Not being mean to you, I'm just saying, because I pray for him every day that he'll come out. But I don't know if you've seen his stuff, but he literally told the father he don't give a damn what the public thinks, by the way. Can you get God, and I'm on God's side, but would you mind saying an extra prayer for Pretty Boy, that he has a change of heart, please, Miss JC Ann, and tell him to get a hold of Pretty Boy with the bubble gum, spit the gum out, sit up straight, stand up straight, and come out and speak on Sebastian, please. At least to his father, because they don't owe us anything. And pray for me too, that I can handle people like trolls and people who hinder and take up for child abusers and people who don't tell the truth and all those things. So please, pretty please pray for me. Could you do that too? And I'm asking in the kindest way, because I can tell you, and I'll be the first one to tell you, I need all the prayers I can get. I pray every night, sometimes when I wake up, to God to help me so bad. We are just going to have to agree to disagree at this point. I'm over at this point. Honey, I've been over this. You can believe what you want. I believe what I want. You asked a question and I answered it. I gave you the opportunity to come up here and answer it. I just don't understand why nobody that comes in here and tries to derail things don't want to come up here and have a conversation with Smiley, because I will be more than happy to allow it. I'm just telling you my opinion. I'm just telling you. You said, why do I think they're not telling the truth? Well, you explain to me why you think they are telling the truth. How about that? Anyway, if you want a link, I'll be more than happy to send it to you. So Sumner County allegedly didn't even dust for fingerprints. First off, they should have done a much better investigation, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Okay? And look, that's not just coming out of my mouth. That's come out of Chris Proudfoot's mouth, what they didn't do. That's come out of other things, okay? Regardless, they should have done a much better investigation here. Sebastian Rogers, first and foremost, did not run away. Oh, yes, it has, Miss J, 100%. And we're fixing to get into investigations. So please, everybody stay. I haven't even got to the good part yet. Sure hadn't. They should have did a much better investigation, first off. Why Sebastian's case is harder. He's been missing since 2024 in February. There's no active scene, no overnight disappearance. He was allegedly last seen at home, so his mother says, because we all know the trash tape was grainy. Even his father couldn't do that. But I believe he got home. Me, myself, and I, Smiley, me, I believe he got home. I do too, Beverly. Bingo. 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 But Sebastian's case is also harder because in the earlier times, the earlier days, there was this huge, massive surge, all for show, in my opinion. They had the dogs, the drones, but they scaled back real quick. Too quick, in my opinion. They did. They mishandled this case. Absolutely, they did. Absolutely. So they scaled back, and they did not need to scale back so soon, in my opinion. They didn't need to scale back. Everyone was there. They were in one spot. And if they could not find him within that radius, then they should have spread out. They should have spread out. They should have went further. When they had a year, no real confirmed sightings, despite the ongoing Amber Alert and a $50,000 reward that FBI put out. Then Dog put out a reward. Oh, and by the way, everybody is forgetting, before any rewards come out, businesses and other people put out $3,000, $3,500, I think is what it finally got to. And those are still out there. But you know what? Nobody, in my opinion, is going to come claim these rewards. That speaks volumes too. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, you don't. Sorry. But first and foremost, money shouldn't be why anybody gets involved. Hey, Panda Bear's mom. Also, I'm not going to lie. Officials reportedly had to knock down online speculation. Fair's fair. Fair's fair. That diverts resources. It does. You know, you got people playing games, all that kind of stuff. But I don't say it lightly. Look who was in the middle of those games. Just saying. Just saying. I think we all know. You know, you beg for answers, you still need. Tennessee can still do more. They can still be like Arkansas. They can still learn. They can still find Sebastian. It's never too late. It's never too late to change their ways. It's never too late to ask for help. It's never too late to spit the damn gum out and sit the hell up straight in a chair and take notice. Sharper, reoccurring public briefings. Short, scheduled updates with specific things, and allow questions to be asked. Let me tell you something. Everybody needs to take note to this. They can do it and not hinder this investigation. That's not my opinion. That is an absolute fact. Yes, Brian, they are playing games. Do it like Arkansas did it. It don't mean you have to answer everything. You don't have to hurt the integrity of this case, but be transparent. Transparency matters. Sebastian matters. Go out, re-talk to these people, bring these people in, actually make your reports. Call FBI in. Call them in to help. To be fair though, and I'm a fair person, contrary to what y'all might think, I'm a fair person. Arkansas had a solvable pattern real fast. Sebastian's case, it's a classic, very thin evidence of a missing scenario, one that his mom put out and Chris put out. But Tennessee can still get this solved. They can still go back and do all the things. It's not too late. Tennessee can still get with the program and do the right thing. They can solve this case. They can find Sebastian too. And they can do it without compromising this, investigation. Now, Sumner County, this might be over some people's heads, even the socks and the feet. But, they're friends, not mine. Why would there be an investigation to begin with? One, on any person, if this case from day one there was not more to it. Do y'all need me to repeat that? Because I said investigation. why would there be an investigation on any one person if there's not more to it? You don't just investigate a runaway. I'm just saying. One, because they know as well as I know, and as well as y'all should know, investigations usually end up in an arrest and end up in court. Well, if it ain't nothing, why would this end up in court? Why would why would there might be an arrest? Huh? If Sebastian just ran out, I'm just asking. Why, people? That's not a runaway case. Chew on that a bit, will you? An investigation is not looking into something or checking around. That's just words. Let me tell you what the truth is. Okay, because I'm going to tell you the truth is. The truth is to hold somebody responsible, and they're on the hold on. They're going to hold somebody responsible, and they're going to hold parties accountable when it's time. So let me tell you what they're really saying. They're really saying, we don't believe a damn thing that the mom or Chris says. Pay special attention to this, Miss J. Okay. What they're really saying is, we don't believe a damn thing the mom or Chris says, and this is my opinion. So we are investigating what they told us, that Sebastian ran away. He was gone from the bed that morning, and we can't find no evidence of that. But nothing is off the table. We don't know what we don't know. But let me tell you what they mean. They mean in their brain and in their gut, they know, but they got to prove it. So they gather information in this investigation, every credible tip, witness statements, pieces of physical evidence, if they took any, physical footprints, which is logged or preserved, facts that of anything, tested, cross-checked over and over, not taken at face value. That's the face of this, in my opinion. That's right, Bryn. No evidence is evidence. Rumors, bias, or personal opinion do not have a place in hard evidence. Investigators, okay, they're supposed to follow a chain of evidence admissible in court. They use a standard. They use investigative methods. They do interviews. They do forensic testing. They do surveillance. They do data analysis. And they document each step of the way. Whether we know it, they know it, or whatever, they know what they do. Okay? Now look, I know the wheels turn slow, but I just keep praying they have more than what we do know. Okay? because I know that they had a lot of evidence. But one, did they lie? And two, or did they lose it? Good investigators, real good investigators, they look for patterns. They look for links. You researchers out there, me, all of you. Gam Gam. Thank you, Gam Gam. Thank you. Smile around and find out. That's right, because Smiley's fixing to tell you right here. Thank you, Gam Gam. You're so loved and appreciated. Thank you. But they collect facts. Good investigators look at all patterns. And I know some of y'all are good investigators and sleuths. Some of y'all do better work than the FBI. But they can't have favorites here. And they can't be friends or whatever. That would make them too close to the case, right? Oh, they can, but it would make them too close to the case. They can't allow personal feelings to cloud their judgment. And I think, in my opinion, that's exactly what's going on here. And I'm allowed to have my opinions. Of course, I've been known to be wrong, and I can be wrong again. But investigations, every investigations must stand up in a review board if it ever come to that. It has no room for error. Zero room for error. Zero. Every action, every piece of evidence, every decision, every written report, everything. If it ever comes to that, good morning, VA, it has to be explained, and not only explained, it has to be justified. But remember, they can't rush to judgment either in an investigation. Jumping to conclusions before facts are confirmed destroys credibility. However, at the very same time, and in the flip side of that coin, taking months or taking years without progress usually means misconduct, mismanagement, or lack of priority. And we've seen all of that in this case. I'm sorry, not. And in my opinion, again, Sebastian Rogers' case needs, it seems, in my opinion, both to be looked at, but it needs more transparency. But they need to get on board, period. It's a lack of good police work and a lack of common sense, in my opinion. You don't just investigate what's convenient. You don't do anything in life just because it's convenient. That'll get you nowhere. You investigate all angles, all. If things were just convenient, that would be great. You could kick your feet up and chew your bubble gum all you wanted to. You might even get them raises and a lot of cases solved. But you don't just do what's convenient. It gets you zero. It gets you nowhere. Absolutely. That's what they need. A good old rattling. Yeah, and that's what I'm tired of. Sebastian being an inconvenience to everybody, in my opinion, and a burden on everybody. They need to do their damn job. An investigation is about truth, not appearance. Oh, well, which they ain't showing much appearance. And they don't have no respect when they do bubble gum. Do they even tote their pew-pews, or is it just their bubble gum in their pockets? I'm just wondering. Asking for thousands. An investigation is about truth. Truth, if it threatens somebody's comfort or reputation, a real investigation still follows it, because the goal is justice. It's justice. Lady Justice, not damage control. The word investigation gets thrown around a lot. It does. But too often, especially in Tennessee, it's nothing more than a PR move to calm the public down. That's all it is. A real investigation is not about appearances. It's not about excuses or dragging things out until people forget. It's about truth, no matter how inconvenient or uncomfortable that truth may be, or possibly how risky that truth may be. Y'all, risk is a part of life. It's a part of everyday life. Every single person in life has risk. But the world sometimes, that's just, if you take a job like that, you know what you're getting into. You may have double risk, more risk than you do when you're just at home or just a person. Also, in a real investigation, evidence is collected and it's preserved. It's not lost and it's not ignored. There's things you don't ignore. And any evidence, I sure hope they had. They didn't lose it. I hope all evidence they had, they still have. And it's accounted for. I hope every lead has been followed, because I've been on three-ways and people don't answer phone. I'm just saying, every lead needs to be followed. Everything fits the narrative. It's not going to. It doesn't matter if it fits the narrative or not. It still has to be checked out, no matter what, no matter if it fits your narrative or not. Witnesses need to be interviewed. They need to be re-interviewed. I know people come to them. They don't need to be brushed off. They need to be spoken to. A report needs to be taken. Some even come in person. They don't need to be intimidated. They need to be talked to. They need to be interviewed. They need to be called in, brought back in. You need to knock on that door, sometimes 2 to 3 times if needed, even if they have an attorney. Then their attorney can sit there with them. That's the real fucking world. Because if you wanted me, you'd make sure I was there with or without an attorney. That's a fact. Forensic science is used to prove or disapprove, not to check boxes, but to check or disapprove facts. These personal biases, grudges, or alliances have no place in the investigation process. And let me enlighten you about fake investigations. Let me enlighten you, and let's talk about the fake investigation. No, Tracy, I don't believe they do. I agree with y'all in some of your comments. You know, he needs to not only be voted out, somebody needs to come in there and carry his ass out before he's voted out, if he's voted out. To be honest, they need a full-scale investigation, but, you know, hey, I'm just one person. Let me enlighten you with the fake investigations. What is a fake investigation? Well, I'm going to explain it to you. This is the best part. And this is for real cops. Real cops in the real world that get paid real money with real guns, real badges, real sticks, this is fake investigations. And on internet, this is everywhere. Okay? Investigations. This is what they look like, fake. And it's pretty simple. Endless reviews without any action. I'll go slower with this. Selectively ignoring leads that might point to uncomfortable truths. Hey, Debbie. This is the one I can't stand right here. This is the one that gets my blood pressure, this next one, going. Let me read Gina's first so I can maybe bring my blood pressure down a knot or two. D.A. Whitley didn't want the death penalty for the woman that purposely drowned her daughter in Old Hickory Lake, and no charges for the parent that left a pew-pew in the vehicle and toddler unalive. Exactly, and he's tuck and tail running now. He wants to make sure he gets his pension, his retirement, his whatever. According to his friend, you know, I guess that was just talk between them two. This would be no problem being a death penalty. But we will never know, even if it's solved, because, hey, he's tuck and tail running. He's going to make sure he has his family taken care of, right? His pension, his monthly check, all the things. Thank you, Panda Bear's mom. Thank you. Justice for Sebastian's army, Devlin's army. As of Devlin Tate, no new updates. Oh, I love you. Let them know. It might be a mod that did that. Or it might have been an accident. Accidents happen. Let them know. Okay? We got to find all that. Find these kids. But, oh yeah, he's retiring. September 1st is his last day. So anyway, he's tuck and tail running. But yeah, I mean, that is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Don't you find it funny? Everybody is retiring. Everybody in the Sebastian case is getting out. That's in law enforcement, all that kind of stuff, because it does me. Well, let me tell you, this gets my blood pressure up right here. This is fake as well. When people leaks to the media to spin a story instead of trying to solve it. Hey, Tabitha. Hello. Good to see you. That's the one I hate the most. There's a lot of that on here. I can't stand it. I can't stand it in the real law enforcement investigations. I can't stand it here. It might gain traction and it might get attention. They say good attention, bad attention. It don't matter as long as it's attention. I freaking hate it when people leak and spin stories. My God, don't even get me started. Don't. Look, as far as YouTube, I might be wrong, but we can help. We can do all we can.
but we're not going to be the ones to bring Sebastian home. I don't want to say that for a fact. I'm just saying, it's possible. We may stumble upon something. We may help. We may give the tips. I'm not going to spin no freaking lies. I'm not going to do that. Like I said in Summer's case, and I'll say in Sebastian's case here today, and I mean it. And I mean it with every fiber, every bone, everything, every piece of skin on my body. If I knew personally where he was, I would personally go get him myself because I care. Just like if you personally come to me and want me to hold your hand and help you get there and confess what you did or the truth that you know, whoever you are, I'll do that too. I would have did that in Summers, and I will do that in Sebastian's. I ain't saying I'll do that in every case, but I will do that here. I will drop everything to do that here. Truth are where these kids matter. The truth needs to be put out. But leaks to the media and the spins and the stories instead of trying to solve something does nothing but waste time. Waste time. And it's not going to happen here. That's fake. People eat it up and it's a waste of time. On or off of here, I can't stand it. Another fake thing is disappearing, a fake investigation, let's get that, is disappearing evidence or conflicting explanations that never get addressed. Families left in the dark, begging for answers. That's fake investigative work. That means you're not freaking doing anything. You're doing nothing. And why would you do that to a family anyway? No matter what or who it is. Especially somebody that wants their son back. Why would you do that? But if you're doing it right, an investigation uncovers the truth, all of the truth. If you're doing it wrong, it becomes a shield to protect the guilty and just silence the victims. And anyone hiding behind the word investigation while doing the bare minimum, you're not protecting justice. You're protecting yourself. And that's the way I see it. And that's the way with anybody with any common sense sees it. And the world sees it. To Sumner County, to TBI, and to whoever is still holding the truth about where Sebastian is, we're not going away and we're not going silent. We're not accepting excuses. Every day you delay this 16-year-old boy on my screen, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, is a 16-year-old boy whose life is treated like it doesn't matter. But it matters, and it matters then, it matters yesterday, it matters today, and it matters here. His truth matters. If you wear a badge and you sit in an office with authority
And if you even held a single piece of this puzzle, and then that makes you have a moral duty to get off your ass and find out where Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is and what happened to him. The TBI, you need to prove to Tennessee and the world that you protect all children, not just the ones that are convenient, or not just the people who escape that's convenient, and let others that do things to children walk free, who's probably much more dangerous than the escaped prisoners. Sumner County, stop hiding behind closed doors and start answering for the choices you made. To the one who knows where he is, you have the power to end this right now. My message is simple. Do the right thing now. Because we're going to keep speaking about Sebastian. I'm going to keep speaking about Sebastian. I'm going to keep pressing. We're going to keep pressing. And we're not going to let Sebastian's name be forgotten. I want to watch something. I want to show y'all something. Hold on.
And it was like overnight I blinked and he had like a little
Credit
mustache
show.
growth coming in, and all of a sudden he was starting to smell and his voice.
Join me and John Q as we discuss the Sebastian Rogers case. And one of the things that I have noticed is the way indirectly at times that Chris and Katie has put Sebastian down in certain ways to make him look less desirable, in my opinion. For him, I'll tell everybody Sebastian did this and Sebastian did that, and nobody will want to search for him. That's simply not true. Right. And I would never realize, I couldn't figure out why he would do such a thing. Talking about Chris. Why? Why not want people to find and look into this? You know?
You see, there was something also put out there too, Miss Shay. That,
Trigger warning.
Sebastian wore diapers.
Yes. Which is absolutely inappropriate at his age. Unless something was wrong with him. But according to Seth, he didn't have to wear diapers in his house. So.
Okay. We shouldn't know that, but it was out there somewhere.
Yes. According to Chris.
Some kind of incontinence that he might or may have been going through.
Which makes him more at risk, by the way.
Right. There you go. And now we bring up this smell aspect, which came out of KP's mouth on just what you just got finished playing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so he would need to take a shower, right?
Right.
Okay, wash up, wash out, wash off. And I'm just wondering if something got stirred that Sunday night when they got home, because, and this is just me, and please don't push it out there, okay? This is just me.
Say your opinion.
I'm thinking that, you know, after that day, after the big popcorn, after the dinner, whatever have you, Sebastian may have had an accident.
Yep.
on himself, okay? And they had to leave.
Yeah.
So that he could get cleaned up. And for some reason, because of that, in some way, shape, or form, words are going to be had between people. That's how we communicate anyway.
Exactly.
And maybe words were exchanged, and in a way that it became an adjective to something else. And Sebastian, being a human like everybody else, took something a different way.
Right.
And somebody else took something as to the response a different way. And then something at that moment, maybe not really at that moment, but during the course of this exchange, if you will, something occurred that wasn't planned to occur.
It's a possibility.
That's where I'm going with this, because, you know, I got them at the house. Why are they, why is the information so shallow when it comes to the house, going back to the house?
Right. Why is the information so fuzzy?
Yeah, exactly.
From the Texas Roadhouse until 6:30 the next morning.
Just want to tell my viewers, sorry I've been gone. I had some family things going on. Please hit the like button and tell me what you're thinking below.
So that was very interesting, huh? And people's talked about the shower the entire time. Y'all go sub up to Shay's place. Thank you, Shay, for that. I'm sorry about your loss. Shay had a loss in her family, and I apologize for that. My condolences to you. That's never easy. I do too. I hope there's some sort of something. I don't know, but that they're staying away from that shower and that bath. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, let's watch something else. Hold on just a minute.
My name is Dr. Stephen Park with Same Day Smile. Most important thing for me is for them to feel like I'm their friend. I'm on their side to help them achieve their dream of having a brand new smile. A procedure called All on 4 is the major focus of our practice, where you have a patient come in with their bad teeth. We could replace their whole mouth of teeth in one day.
I couldn't be more thrilled. And Dr. Park, what he wants to do is make sure that I'm happy.
I would highly recommend Same Day Smiles to anybody.
Sebastian Rogers would now be 16. It was 1 year ago he vanished from his Hendersonville home late Sunday night or early Monday morning. There was a massive search effort in the first several days after the teen with autism disappeared.
This is the system that we use to track all of our searchers.
In the 12 months since, Sumner County EMA Director Ken Widener has led searches from the ground and air. Divers went to ponds. Spelunkers explored sinkholes.
The white dots are caved and they've all been searched.
Whenever a new tip surfaces, Widener sends a crew to search. But he says those leads have slowed to a trickle. And the sad fact remains, to date, no trace of Sebastian has been found. As such, speculation runs wild from less than credible sources.
The rumor mill on social media has done nothing to advance this case.
Authorities have made it clear they'll provide an update when there is something new to report. But this one-year milestone might be a good time to clear some things up. This week, I did speak exclusively to Sumner County Sheriff Eric Craddock and District Attorney Ray Whitley about the case. Now, some are wondering whether or not this is now a criminal investigation. They tell me the answer to that is no, it is simply an investigation. Others are asking the question still, is it possible that Sebastian's parents, his mother, stepfather, and biological father, may have had something to do with his disappearance? Again, the answer to that, no evidence of that, and that the parents have cooperated. Any evidence of foul play?
We have not cleared anyone, but we have absolutely no evidence to support foul play.
After a year missing, some wonder, is this now a cold case? The answer, no. It does remain very active. Sebastian's father, Seth, said this in the days after his son disappeared, and the same holds true today.
I'm hoping he's still alive. You know, that's my main hope right now, is that he's not deceased. I mean, I keep praying that he's alive. I keep praying that somebody's going to see him, that somebody's going to call 911.
Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
So there you go. That was way back then. And, you know, he's so vague, it's pointless in my opinion. But they could still come out and give information. All of this is ridiculous. There's no reason why that they can't follow up with leads, have new information. Absolutely, he knows what happened. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind. So, you know, they need to come out. They need to take notice. If they don't know how, they need to get some help in there. They need to at least get on the phone with Arkansas. You know, I think they got their hands a little bit full right now. It ain't like they're going to come running in, so they don't have to invite nobody nowhere. Just on the phone. Take some advice. Get his ego out of the way. You know. But this is not over. It's not over. And by some miracle, Sebastian, if you see this, if you hear this, just know that not everyone is bad. Not everyone is bad. There's a lot of good people in this world, and a lot of good people out here is looking for you. There's so many people looking for you, praying for you, fighting for you to bring you home to your dad. There's so many. If you can, please run. Most of all, your dad loves you, and he wants you to come home more than anything in this world. Please come home. Please run. Find a safe place. We'll be there. We'll never stop trying to get you back where you belong. You are wanted. You are loved. And you are so, so missed. You have so many friends around this entire world. Run and tell them your name. Tell them your name is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Tell them to call your dad. Y'all have a great day.